Hi guys, it's Jen here at Check Her Joy, and this time I'm reviewing City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare, which is the 5th book in the Mortal Instruments series, and so far my least favorite, which I feel like I might have said about the last book. So, non-spoilery bit, there was a lot of relationship drama going on in this book, and it seemed like things were going very slowly in the middle of it. And it's just a lot about everybody wanting to jump into bed with everybody else. And it's just, not why I read these books, so not really digging it. And it got to the ending, and the ending really did pick up, and I zipped through the ending once I got there to like the final climax and everything that's happening. In this book, we find out what is going on with Sebastian and Jace. And at the end of the last book, we find out that they're connected, and we definitely get to see a lot more of that. And Jace, who is connected to Sebastian, is super creepy. So warning on that. But it was interesting to try to find out what's happening with Sebastian's plans and how does Jace fit into all of it. And of course, Clary's reaction to Jace going off with Sebastian, not great. I think that might be all the end of this non-spoilery bit, guys. Definitely read this book if you're reading the whole series. I gave it 3 stars, so it's not my favorite one in the series. But I am still gonna go read the last book. And the ending got me very pumped for what's gonna happen in Heavenly Fire and to see how everything shakes loose. But my original estimate when I read the first book that I would love to see these characters do anything was severely tested in this book, especially in this like middle part with all the drama. So from here on out, there's going to be tons and tons of spoilers. Spoilers. Okay. The council has been trying to find Jason Sebastian, but they give up on it. Like, Sebastian's not a priority. They can't find him. They don't even know what he's up to. So that kind of leaves Clary to go find him on her own, because that's the best idea ever. Of course, it's Clary just rushing off and doing things because she can. Clary tries to go to Seelie Queen first and get her help, and the Seelie Queen wants these like rings that apparently can communicate to each other if you're wearing these rings, and they're in the Shadowhunter Institute. So when Clary goes to steal them, she sees Sebastian and Jace there also looking for, I think it's a book. Forgot what Sebastian and Jace were looking for. Doesn't really matter. What matters is Clary sees them, and it's a very, very, very creepy version of Jace. Like, that is the word for this book, is just creepy stuff happening. And the next time we see Jace, he breaks into Clary's bedroom at Luke's house, and they start making out. And then Sebastian just casually comes by and is like, hey, what's up? And apparently whatever you do to Jace, you do to Sebastian also, which makes that making out scene very, very creepy. Clary, please do me a favor and stop making out with your brothers. Okay, thanks. And while this is happening, Jocelyn and Luke get into a fight with Sebastian and Jace, and Clary's just trying to stop it all around. Luke ends up getting stabbed, and he needs to go get help from the pack. And Jocelyn needs to move the family out of that house now in case Jace and Sebastian come looking for them. And they end up at Magnus's apartment. And all of a sudden, Magnus ends up hosting all the Shadowhunters, which, of course, Magnus does with grace, but you can tell this is not like his thing. Like, in the first book, that is something he definitely would not have done. But he's in love with Alec, but also I think he kind of has a soft spot for Jocelyn and Clary. Clary decides it's a good idea to sneak off without telling her mom and go find Jace on her own, and she ends up getting kind of voluntarily kidnapped, maybe, by Sebastian. And apparently Valentine had this apartment that can just kind of pop up in one place and then go somewhere else, kind of like a TARDIS of apartments. Kind of cool, but the whole living with Sebastian thing is kind of creepy. And the whole dynamic between Clary and Sebastian and them trying to have like a normal-ish relationship when they're really fighting with each other, it's so weird. And Jace this whole time is not acting like himself. So it's very, very strange things are happening in this book, guys. Alec decides that he is not okay with Magnus's immortality, and he goes to consult Camille about this because apparently he and Magnus can't talk about this. So he goes behind Magnus's back to talk to Camille. Camille tries to convince him that she knows how to make Magnus mortal again, which seems like a really stupid idea. Well, not again. Magnus wasn't mortal to begin with, but like this seems like a stupid idea. Like, Alec, go talk to Magnus. Don't involve other people, especially don't involve Camille. Like, why? Why? Alec is one of the people I was getting super frustrated with in this book. Like, please stop. Like, go talk to Magnus. And surprise, surprise, in the book they end up breaking up because Alec was going behind Magnus's back. Really? You didn't see that coming, Alec? Seriously? We also have Simon and Izzy's relationship where they're dating, but they're not dating. And they're both, like, very insecure about this, and that whole relationship's very awkward. Although, drunk Izzy was hilarious. I loved that, and getting to see them actually sleeping together where they, like, just sleep. That was cute. And they have this moment where Simon feeds off Izzy, and that was weird. Also, I don't know. I guess inevitable. He's a vampire, but it was still kind of strange. I mean, he fed up Jace. It was just weirder because Isabel's like, "Hey, just drink my blood, please, please, please drink my blood." And it's just, I don't know. This book, it's creepy. Okay, guys, it's just weird. Maya and Jordan hook up, and I love their relationship. They are so cute together, and we get to see the Prector Lupus. Is that what they're called? But the whole werewolf thingy. That was cool to get to see that. In this book, Isabel and Jocelyn go to the Iron Sisters, which was amazing. I was super excited to see the Iron Sisters and to kind of figure out, because we don't see them, they're talked about, and even then, like, nobody knows about them, and to see them, how they function, and Izzy gets an invitation to become an Iron Sister if she ever wants to be, which is kind of cool. I don't know if she should or not, but it's cool to have that as an option. And what else is going on? Lots of stuff. Stuff's happening in this book. Oh, they need to figure out a way to separate Sebastian and Jace because they're linked, and whatever you do to Sebastian, you do to Jace also. So if you kill Sebastian, you kill Jace, which is not the outcome everybody wants. So first they try summoning a demon, and while that was incredibly interesting, it didn't work. And then they go out to the farm, Luke's farm, and try to raise an angel, and they raise Raziel. And while he reluctantly agrees to give them this blade Glorious, which is totally awesome, he's also super annoyed, and he takes the Mark of Cain off of Simon, which seems like it's for the better anyway. Like, that thing has caused him nothing but problems. Except immediately after he gets the Mark of Cain taken off of him, we pretty much see, man, that would have been useful to still have. The Seelie Queen has been working with Sebastian the whole time. Not a huge surprise, actually. They both seem like they will do whatever it takes to get what they want. So, and clearly they do not have love for the Shadowhunters, either one of them. Sebastian hits on / attempts to rape Clary. And that is like the creepiest of all creepy guys. That was just so uncomfortable and weird and awkward and just ew. 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 Sebastian, there are actually other girls in the world besides your sister. Can you go pick somebody else, please? Like, oh, gross. Find out Sebastian's plan the whole time was to make a second mortal cup. He got this one Iron Sister to make a second mortal cup. And he is trying to create a group of dark Shadowhunters who are going to have demon blood in them. So that sounds not good at all. And they actually have this big ceremony to do it. And luckily, they Team Good shows up. That's what they named themselves, Team Good. And they have this giant battle at the end. But Sebastian has already created his group of shadow hunters, bad shadow hunters, and that whole fight scene was really epic, really amazingly epic. Especially Alex, like the one arrow action, that's so cool. And Clary uses the blade glorious. Clary uses the blade glorious to stab Jace, which is how they managed to separate Jace and Simon. But it was such a huge risk because she could have ended up killing Jace. And now he's filled with this like heavenly fire stuff that I can't imagine is going to be particularly good. But we will see what happens in the next book. So now I am like revved up to find out how this ends. This also ends with like, as an afternote, we find Alec going to find Camille, and that Maureen, the teenage girl that Simon turned, is actually just killed Camille, and now Maureen, the crazy one, is now the head of the vampires. So that's not okay. Always gotta end on a weird note. So Sebastian's on the run. They got Jace back, but he's weird. Alec and Magnus are broken up. And I cannot wait to... well, actually, I can wait. But it'll be interesting to read the last book and see how everything ends. Yeah. And I love Brother Zachariah in this book. The few times he shows up is like my favorite. And as soon as I finished this book, I had to go read the epilogue to the Infernal Devices again. Because it's awesome. Not saying they're connected or anything. Yeah, okay. But yeah, that was my conclusion at the end of this book. Was I don't want to read Heavenly Fire. I want to read the Infernal Devices series again. For better or worse.